have a head. Like, don't even say that.
Oh, goodness.
I don't want you mentioning my head at all. We will wait for the people to join.
Nobody's just showing on their profile.
Hello. See, no, I don't care what my profile looks like.
Yes, they are, and yes, they do. You're so
Am
good.
I better be on the right one? It's not showing
You
up.
are on the right one.
Oh, there I am. Okay, let's say it's not showing up.
Yes.
Sorry, everybody. You know I'm not tech savvy.
You try though.
I do try. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm gonna move y'all over this way a little bit. Okay, try to get more in the middle.
Slack in
Oh, baby. I think we're good.
We're always good.
I think we're good. Nah, sometimes we'll be scrape bad. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna say hi to everyone. Good evening, Constance. Hi, Carolyn. Good evening, TC. Forgot it was Wednesday. Oh, it is Wednesday. Not only is it Wednesday, it's Whack Wednesday. Hi, Leah. Hey, hashtag shocked Wednesday. Hello, everyone. It is Wednesday. Good evening, Kelly. Hi, Mary. Good evening, Jean. Good evening, Keto Dana. Teresa says hi, guys. Hi. Leah says glad to check in live. I'm glad that you're here too, Leah. I want to hear about how everything is going. Good evening, Mookie. Joy says good evening, everyone. Happy 30-day countdown. Yes. So until Keto Pa-LOU-za.
Get out of here.
Today is August 19th.
Oh my God.
Keto Pa-LOU-za is on September 19th. I was like, how did we go all live this morning and no one mentioned that? Like when I was talking to, I know, right? When I was talking to Joyce today, she goes, oh yeah, it's in 30 days. And I was just like, oh. And then I was just like, oh my God, it is literally 30 days.
What threw you off?
What?
Going doing the tour.
Yes.
Going doing the tour.
I just don't be
place.
keeping track of my dates. You know what I'm saying?
Overwhelmed with how awesome it's going to be.
Yes.
And we just went around and was like, this is going to be amazing.
TC says, love your hair. Thank you so much. JJ here says, hi, everybody. Mary said, nice shirt. I had a Marvel shirt on for my workout this morning. Yeah, he loves him some Marvel. Good evening, Rashana. Joyce is here, says, good evening, Autumn and Richard.
What are you referring to? I don't even know.
Gigi's here, says, good evening, Mr. and Mrs. Hi, Gail.
I grew up reading
Hello,
comic
everyone. Rashana says, I am too excited. I cannot wait to meet you all in person. I know, right? Samesies.
Oh my God.
That's what me and Joyce were talking about. I know, right? Just meeting each other in person.
Oh my
so,
gosh. There's
yeah.
nothing wrong with meeting each other through a screen.
After a certain time, there is. You better meet in person. So Holly's here. Says, good evening, everyone. I'm glad that you're here, Holly.
Good evening, Holly.
JJ said, Rashana, we won't all be there. I'm sad. I know, right? Like, it's okay.
There'll be other times.
There will be other times.
This is the first of many.
Yes, first of many.
We will annoy you to the point where you're
or
like,
just he will annoy you to the point. Richard has a special skill for doing that.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Y'all know his special skill.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
But yeah, it's gonna be so fun. And I don't know, to change the subject, just briefly, however, I wanted to, because I was talking to Joyce today, because Joyce is one of my patrons, and at her support tier, we get like one-on-one chats each month, and I really love that. Like, it's one of my favorite things ever. But speaking of patrons, I told Shelly I was going to do this a while ago, but I have created a survey to learn more about what everyone would want if you were a patron. So if you're not familiar with the platform and the concept, Patreon is a website where content creators can, add at different tiers based on monthly monetary support. And, it's just a different way to support different content creators. So I love the way that Wesley at Highfalutin Low Carb describes it. He describes it as the tip jar of the internet. If you just want to just like boop, do a little bit extra, because just by watching my videos, just by watching my content, you are helping me.
I know what those are.
Yeah, and so I really, really appreciate that. But if you want to do something more direct and get rewarded in a special way along the way, that's what Patreon is for. Now, I've had a Patreon a while, and admittedly so, have not been nearly as active as I should have or would like to be. So for everyone that's just been hanging on for dear life this past year, thank you so much for just your support, because I really have not been super active over there, but I cannot tell you how much it means to me. But moving forward, I'm coming up on my 1-year Patreon anniversary.
Okay.
And so I want to make Patreon a better experience for everyone supporting me. So I put together a survey for like, what would you like to see? Like, what kind of rewards do you want? What do you like? What don't you like? And so I would really, really appreciate for everyone, even if you're a patron or not, to fill out the survey and to let me know like what you would be interested in terms of being a patron. I would really, really appreciate it. That's going to be in the link in the description of this video. And then also I'm going to make it, I'm going to make a post about it on YouTube and on Facebook after this live is over. So I just wanted to let everyone know I spent a good amount of time making that survey, because like I really want to get to the root of what would be the most valuable to everyone. So let me know. Don't hold back, okay?
You are about value.
Yes. Mercury said I need to host a Northeastern meetup somehow. Yeah, Northeastern? Like, where is that? Like, see, every time I think New York, but New York is not nearly as far north as you would think. Exactly. Maine.
Get us some lobster rolls.
Constance says, I wish I could come, but the way these numbers are set up. Oh, yeah, in Memphis, I would rather not. Yeah, but I know I'm safe because I'm at home. Yeah, it is like hit or miss wherever you are, depending on, actually physically where you are, comfort level, exposure, and also just like pre-existing conditions. I mean, so many things.
All the above.
Yeah, I'm so excited that, everyone that is coming will be able to come and we'll have a good time.
Yes.
But, it'll be a little different.
We'll also be doing it responsibly.
Yes,
safe.
Exactly. And, I'm glad to be able to keep it small this first time anyway. But yes, I will be excited when we can do like larger, actual events. So I know, right?
Will.
Good evening, Dre. Mom's here. Says hi, y'all. Hi, Mom. Shelly said, hey, everyone, just popping in for a minute. Shelly, I was just mentioning you. I created the Patreon survey. It'll be a link in this description box of this video, of this live. And then as well, it'll be on YouTube and Facebook. Be on the lookout. So there you go. Leah said, last day of work felt like I found freedom. I am preparing for my practicum for 3 weeks and trying to get on keto track. Practicum online consulting will go until April 30th. That's amazing. I'm so excited for you. Rebecca's here. So is Teal. Hi, Teal. Krista said, hi, everyone. I just got home from bowling with my daughter. It's not easy to do with the mask on, but we had a great time. That sounds so great. That
does sound amazing, though. It's all about the times we share.
I know.
And I'm starting to get used to just people's eyes now. I'm starting to understand if you're smiling or not, just based on the wrinkles in, like, if your eyes.
Oh my gosh, you're so funny.
I try to, when I'm talking now, I have to try to be more animated with my eyes.
You have to try to be more animated than
exactly.
You are now?
I'm just like, hello, everybody. Thank you.
Oh,
how's it going? What do you do?
No more animated. No. Let's see. Felicia's here. Hello. Leah says, I will launch my website. I hope to do online and in-person counseling. I also hope to lose weight too. You're right. P.S. Super bummed to not be able to attend Keto Pa-LOU-za. I hope for the Facebook live stream. Yeah, we're going to have a pre-keto. I'm thinking, what would everyone think about doing like a Zoom call on the Whack Wednesday before Keto Pa-LOU-za? Just a pre, for people that can't come, and then just to get everybody, super pumped. And then we'll definitely be shooting a lot of footage at Keto Pa-LOU-za. And so we'll definitely do some roundups too. So that's exciting. Holly says, Leah, good luck to you. I am considering doing online counseling. I know, right? Like I'm considering so many things. I have to stop everything all the time. Shelly said, yes, for this Zoom. Get off back in that just, but like that's what happens when you don't create that's what happens when you don't create like a sustainable diet, like something that you can stick to long term. You maybe restrict too much, or you do something to where it looks like like you lose a lot of weight and you get to like a stopping point, and then you just get sick of doing it because maybe you've been too restricted and you just want to go back to the way that you were eating before. And it's just like you have to figure out how you can make it something you can do all the time.
I mean, that's the key.
Rebecca said, I was telling Dr. Wise that you weren't married, Mama Jones. Rebecca, we all know my mom's not married. Everyone in America. My mother is not married. Did y'all know that? She is single and ready to mingle, okay? Somebody comment right now. Give me some cartwheel emojis if we need to find my mom some love. Like, absolutely.
I have no idea what's happening.
Yes, Dr. Wise, don't worry about it. Like, we all know my mother is not. You don't need to tell everybody, Rebecca, although that's just what I did. I just told everybody, but you don't need to tell everybody, okay? She's my mama, okay? So, but yes, I really don't know what I was talking about. Is that tangent? It's like, why we gotta talk about my mom's relationship status in this video right here? I'm just saying. Well, I was talking about falling off keto. You know,
she in the window.
I know, right? I was talking about falling off.
Say her name 3 times in the mirror.
I know, right?
Something happened.
Well, she was supposed to check with my cousin Kim if they were going to do the live tonight, but I guess that didn't work out because I didn't hear anything. But lucky you guys, you got me instead. Yay! And Richard. But it really, here's what I've realized. If you approach keto, and this is the beautiful thing about it. Keto has taught me this, but it is truly universal. If you approach keto or any diet in a way where you think there is an end point, in a way where you think it's just going to be over and then you can go back to doing what you were doing. You know, if you approach any diet that way, you will always gain the weight back, because the whole purpose of changing your way of eating is to realize that you should have never been eating that way in the first place. And that's how you got to be overweight, obese, morbidly obese. That food is never going to be something you can go back to. And funnily enough, I was watching Keto Connect's latest video. It's not food. Like,
what are you talking about?
Like the food,
like all the replacement.
No, all of the junk food that is a part of the standard American diet.
Oh,
I was watching Keto Connect's.
Oh. I didn't know that was a diet.
I was watching Keto Connect's latest video, and they were talking about how clean eating doesn't work. It was one of those clickbait type videos where it's like, clean eating doesn't work because if you just eat clean all the time and you never give yourself a break, then you end up being so restricted that you just go off the deep end. I was like, okay, see, that's not clean eating doesn't work. Like that is a restrictive diet that will cause you to feel deprived doesn't work. I agree with that. Yes. But they were like, we shouldn't arbitrarily label food as good and bad. Like, is a Twinkie good or bad? You shouldn't say is it good or bad. And Matt said, this is exactly how I feel. He said, no, Hostess just arbitrarily labels Twinkies food. Like, Twinkies are not food. Like, they are things that you can eat, but it's a science experiment, you guys. Wow. Like, that stuff's not food, and so
I like this topic.
And so my whole thing is that food, the food that we eat every day, the pizza, the hamburgers, the donuts, all that stuff, it's just not food. And if you ever think that you're going to be able to make up your diet primarily of that stuff, again, you just can't do it. Like, you're always going to go back. You have to realize, and so Mega was like, we shouldn't arbitrarily label foods good and bad. Gotcha. And I was like, I agree. No food in and of itself is good and bad. Even the science experiment food products, I don't
think a Twinkie ever came in my house and like smacked me in my mouth.
Yes, but
Twinkie never held me up.
What I have labeled food as is food that is meant to be eaten every day and food that is not meant to be eaten every day. Go. So it's just like you have to change your thought of that, And once you do that and realize that a lot of the stuff that we liked and look forward to eating was like a science experiment made to addict us to sugar, and that's not stuff you should be eating every day.
Like, imagine yourself as like your most back to nature self. Like you're hiking, you're a hiker, you're just living on the land.
Again with these
and somebody hands you
I'm sorry.
somebody
I
hands
didn't
you
know
like
my
a-
husband liked to hike.
When somebody hands you
know?
like a Twinkie or like a slice of greasy pizza or something as your first thing to eat, as opposed to like something natural or something like, natural. I don't know, something of the earth or something. Like, here's regular
whole
stuff.
food.
Yeah, something. Like just the way your body would react to it is just like, like all this grease or all this sugar or all this stuff. So it's just like.
Well, I
fake-
mean, honestly,
like fake.
no, that's the whole
energy.
problem. It's the entire opposite. It's going to light up the sugar and fat and pleasure sensors in your brain, and it's going to like make you think, yes, I'm safe now because back when we
Because you're
were
running on
hiking,
extra.
back when humans survived,
I got you.
it wherever you found fat, wherever you found protein, wherever you like that signal to your body that like, oh, I could sustain life because there's food here. So they pump everything with fat and sugar and salt to trick your primal brain into thinking that that's okay.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Freshie
I got to learn
says,
something.
have you watched Fat Fiction on Amazon Prime? All about how standard American diet pyramid is horrible. I would love to watch that. We have Amazon Prime. I want to watch that.
Write it down.
So,
It's on the list.
Jay said, I'm back at it, 215 pounds, 215 pounds, but keto restricted the
list.
fruits and some of the meats I love, so I eventually fell off. Okay, so I hear you about loving fruits. I hear you about loving certain meats. I'm trying to figure out which meats it would restrict. I'm trying to think what meat that has sugar in it. I don't know. But
sugary meat?
I don't know why keto would restrict certain meats. Comment. What meats does keto restrict? But even with the fruits though, even with the fruits, I want you to approach keto as there are things on the keto diet that I can eat every day, and there are things that I can't eat every day. And so you don't ever have to say, I'll never be able to have fruits again. Like that's just, that's not the case. But what you'll find is like maybe go 2 weeks without fruit, and then maybe, one day have a little fruit.
Than that. I mean, like go 2 days.
Well, or to build it up,
Yes,
start to
Don't
build
off
the
at 2
length of
weeks.
time in between.
Or give it every day. Just every other day.
And just start to build it, and then go longer and longer without those foods. But know that they're always available to you. There ain't ever a world that I live in where Costco cake is not available to me.
Okay, we got to go there.
But it's just I choose to know what foods I want to eat every day and what foods I don't. So that's all
Back
I'm
to
saying.
the Costco cake.
Felicia says, I'm eating a taco salad for dinner. Oh, tonight. Now every time I eat one, I think of your taco tray.
Oh my gosh.
Now that you said that, I think of my taco tray. And I am looking forward to my vegetables. But don't get me wrong. I absolutely love.
You're not reaching on your pork.
I know, exactly. I absolutely love the pork nachos that I had. It's amazing, but I miss my vegetables. So, Constance said, "Did you see where they were talking about how other countries sell the same products but with different ingredients?" It was on a post on Instagram, someone's page, i.e. high fructose corn syrup. Oh yeah, so many other countries have so much stricter quality and purity of ingredient standards. And they're just the United States is just letting everybody poison us, all the corporations.
Yay.
But in Europe and other continents and countries, they can't have all that sugar. They can't have those artificial ingredients. They have to actually make it with whole ingredients, which is also partially why, as Americans, if you go to Europe, you might find that a lot of the food is bland.
I was just gonna say that I've never been.
Yeah, you find because
the desserts are regular.
Well, but
nothing's
see,
gonna knock you off your side.
it's not that. That sort of stuff is good. But think about things that we use all the time, like tomato sauce. That's where true Italian pizza. It's just this don't taste like nothing. But because the tomato sauce in America is just full of sugar. Probably the dough is full of sugar. It's when you don't have those ingredients, our palates are so used to just tasting sugar that when it's not there, you think that something's wrong. But that's
no, I was the same way.
how it is.
I mean, that's how you're raised, though. You don't think about it until you think about it. It's one of those things the great unknown known.
That sounds interesting. Realty says, Autumn, did you do a collab with Sun-Kissed Keto? I didn't do a collab with anyone. Who's Sun-Kissed Keto? That sounds like an interesting name. I know, right?
Maybe
Point
somebody,
him out.
have a doppelganger out
I
there.
know. Rashana said, when I went to Spain and saw their hard-boiled eggs had a pink yolk, almost fell out. However, I know other countries don't have the same kind of foods as we do. That is interesting. I don't like hard-boiled eggs, but I definitely don't need a pink yolk hard-boiled egg.
That's
So,
the best.
oh my goodness. Phyllis
Well,
is here.
I know
Phyllis, I have not said your name in ages. I am so glad that you are here. Before I can decline.
That's okay.
He's not out there. That was my brother. I'm gonna have to talk to him later. So
That's okay.
yes. So Gail says, if you notice, other countries' portion sizes are so much smaller. Exactly. It's also so much smaller.
So true. No, it's so true. You are completely
Aurelia says, I thought you did collabs with AG Keto and Keto Connect. Okay, you don't need to be literal. We know that I did those way in the past. I'm talking about recently. I have not done a collab with anyone, so I definitely did those. I definitely did those collabs,
very true.
But
Very
I have
true.
not done any
Very
in a
true.
very, very long time. So
I wouldn't say very, very long, like a year.
to me, that's very, very
Oh,
long.
okay, very long.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
very,
all
very
right.
long to me. Jay Banks said, good food, organic food is also more expensive in the States. True that. Like, and
You
it's just
ain't lying.
unfortunately, but you know, they also
You know
had
what the
this.
cheapest food is? The fake.
Not food. They also had
The fake cat.
they also had a survey or a study on what is healthier, conventional keto or like the standard American diet. Because a lot of people think that the only way to be successful on keto is to eat organic, grass-fed, free range. Like that stuff gets expensive, don't get me wrong. But like, is eating regular bacon and regular ground beef that's not grass-fed and regular butter that's not
all the
grass-fed,
regular
is that
stuff.
still better for you than the standard American diet? And the answer is yes, in my opinion.
Well, yeah,
Like,
something
yeah,
like that.
so-
I thought you were talking about is that better than keto? No.
No. Well, so keto with, high quality ingredients
Yes.
is better than keto with conventional
Regular
ingredients. But keto with conventional ingredients
It's
is
still
still
better
better
than
than the standard American diet. Exactly.
Girl, you need to calm down.
Oh, my
Calm
God.
down, Rock. Calm down, Rocky. Don't go so hard on them, Rocky. You're hurting them today, girl. You're hurting them today. The facts is outrageous.
Dr. Y said exactly. After carnivore this month, I have a box of Dunkin' Donuts caramel macchiato cereal waiting for me. That sounds amazing. I, however, am not going off plan until Halloween.
Exactly.
So I got a
You
long
have a
time.
straight
I got a
thing
long
going.
time to go. But I ain't gonna lie though, I am gonna eat a ton of probably like Quest bars and stuff. Like a day.
We got them lined up.
Yeah, there's gonna be a day where I'm like, oh, Rebel, oh, Quest bar, oh, keto bars, what? Like, I'm probably gonna have like a definitely a yellow day, like all the keto sweets, just but that's all I'll need is for one day, and then I go back to regular.
Then she'll
stuff.
go into her keto cola.
Yes.
Be like, I got a stomach. I can't,
Yes.
I can't
Yeah,
feel myself.
exactly. It's gonna be bad. So.
Mm.
Jay Banks said it's not really about the portion size because when I go back to Trinidad, I eat the same amount and lose weight. So yeah, maybe it's just about the food
I was
that
gonna say,
you're
the
actually
food quality.
because that's actually what I'm learning in carnivore too. Teresa asked me,
Ooh.
how's it going with
Like fats.
my weight on carnivore? And I was just like, to be honest, I'm still kind of maintaining. Like I'm still kind of where I was last month. But I eat like 1,000 calories more a day, so it's just like, I mean, that's a win when you can
Yeah, I
eat
was just gonna say, you
significantly
feel so much
more,
full.
but kind of still feel like be at that same weight.
I
So
love
that is
I
amazing.
love that.
Oh my God, Mom said, Richard, have you ever considered putting together a cookbook, all the keto things you make for autumn and then some? What keto things does he make for me besides grilling up some meats on the grill? What keto
What she
things do you
talking
make
about?
for me? I don't know, a cookbook.
Talking about the chicken I made.
Good
The
evening,
ninja
creations.
I do like the crab cake and
The crab cake
like
was
the date
good.
night food.
The date night food, it is good.
I think that's what she's talking
A
about.
cookbook that does not make.
I mean, that's multiple pages and illustrations and stuff.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know about that
wow.
either. I'm like, I got about 7 recipes.
Phyllis said I gave up on ADF after 2 weeks. I mean, it's not for everyone. Like alternate day fasting is intermittent
I
fast.
mean, that's what we call it. I mean, I don't call it a word, but you made it and gave it a
I did
name.
not make it a word.
I don't know. I just don't. I eat like maybe once, twice a day, and then a couple of nibbles basically throughout.
Yes. Well, it's not about that. It's just about you. You don't eat till like lunch at least. You don't have anything during the day.
Yes.
Leah says, question to all. Does your body respond different when you restart after months of off plan versus the first time you started keto,
Ooh, that's a
i.e.
good question.
slower to get into ketosis?
That's a good
100%
question.
yes. Like when I first started keto,
It's like
my
duck to
weight
water.
just dropped and everything,
Fish
you
to
know,
water,
just
fish
kind
to
of
water, duck to water.
everything happened so quickly and easily. And then like a couple of years ago when I just went way off keto for months, it's so much more difficult. Not only was it more difficult to lose weight and to re-lose the weight, but my mind, yes, mom said a cooked pamphlet. Exactly. That's what it is. It is a cooked pamphlet. That is it. But it was so much more difficult mentally.
Nice.
Like, because I don't know. I think maybe it's because when
I was gonna say muscle memory.
No, when we first started keto, I was excited. I was like, maybe this will finally be it. Maybe this is what it's gonna be like. I was gung ho, you know. So then when I started losing weight, I was like, yes, this is working. And then life happens, and we veered off the, you know.
As everything happens.
Exactly. So I think the second time, or when you go back, you start to do that comparison again. That of all the things that we can't have, you know.
Nice.
Like when I first started keto, I was excited. I wouldn't say I was excited to give up like donuts and sweets, but I was like, if this is what does it, I'm here for it. Who that is. If this is what does it, I'm here for it. And of course, that's what did it. But I wasn't too like, oh, I'll miss you sweets. You know, I'll be like, I'm looking forward to trying something different because I want to lose weight. So I think when we restarted keto, it's just like, oh, I miss you sweets, you know, like, and we get over them. It's not that bad.
I love it.
Rashana says, Richard, do you always sidebar mumble? Yes, that is his native tongue.
What?
Sidebar mumble.
What are we talking about?
You just be talking, even though I'm talking, you be clearly having like a whole separate narrative over there. And I'm like, what is he talking about?
I'm talking to you.
Are you? Because I'm not listening.
Oh.
Oh, sweetheart. I don't know who you're talking to. Adding color commentary.
I'm talking to my fans then. There we go.
Exactly. Like, yeah, you're talking to them.
All two of my lurker fans who never comment.
No, you have so many of them out there. Joe Ray says, I also think when we start keto, we make it simpler. We restart. That's also probably very true. No, I kind of take that. I don't kind of agree because when I first I like tried to overachieve. I bought so many ingredients and so many things that I would have never normally eaten, but I was like, I'm keto, so I'm going to try it.
Nice, Rashonda. You see that? Nice. Yes. Now I'm on a front bar mumble. What's that side? Instead of sidebar, I'm front bar mumbling.
You do that, babe. Yeah. What do you got to? You know what? I don't even need to.
Exactly. Now. My show is we all watch the game and we we have to talk about stuff.
You guys,
all right, never mind.
Speaking of that,
never mind.
It's been so like refreshing. Even today, hearing the sounds of Richard watch basketball. Like you have not watched it in a long time.
Well, that's obvious.
And so, like, I forgot how he just claps over and over and over and over again. I was just like, that's not necessary, but that's what men do when they love sports. Like, he's just talking to the thing like, oh, good pass or whatever. Like, I forgot the sounds of him enjoying sports. smart.
So back to keto.
Gail said once he is center stage, he gets quieter. That's exactly what it is. Like, that is exactly what it is. He's definitely the backup. He's the Kelly and Michelle. Absolutely. So, but Constance said the Boston Celtics. How do we feel about the Boston Celtics?
That's my brother's team.
I have a special place in my heart for the Boston Celtics because I used to like Paul Pierce. Is that? Yep, I used to like him.
You're right.
And the Boston Celtics. Oh, and Rajon Rondo used to play for them.
You're also right.
Yeah, because we went to UK together, so I remember that.
Triple factors.
So, but no, even more, the Boston Celtics. I actually went to a Timberwolves Celtics game when I lived in Minnesota. I went to a Timberwolves game and we were just like in these nosebleed seats. And then the girl that I was with apparently knew one of the people that ran like the Target Center or whatever. Nice. So she like walked us down to like literally 2 rows behind the players. And I was like, oh my God, Rondo.
Oh my God.
Rondo. But he didn't hear me.
Oh my God.
But like, and then we just got to see the game so close. So I was like, this is amazing. So like that, I always associate that memory with the Boston Celtics.
There you go.
Other than that, I don't really care.
No, I mean, I watched it just for the game. My team's wasn't even invited to the bubble.
The bubble, exactly. Joy says that is what happened to me. Horrible. Since going to Iowa back in October and then this year with Barry's dad passing, really want to start losing again. Yeah, the difficult thing that is just a truth, it is a certain fact, is that you have to eat on plan for significantly longer than it takes to eat off plan and undo everything that you did. You know, it's just like, oh, I've been good. I've been keto for 2 weeks. Now I get to have a cheat meal, you know? And what you don't realize is you've lost 4 pounds in that 2 weeks. And then all you got to do is have a crazy cheat meal in order to step on the scale the next day and be 4 pounds back up. And then guess what? It takes you 2 more weeks to lose that 4 pounds again. Even if it is bloat, even if it is all that stuff, you can put on weight so much more quickly than it takes to lose it. So people just don't want to hear, and by people, I mean me. You've just got to go weeks. You've got to go months eating on plan. And that is so difficult to do, especially when you work in an office environment and they always bring in free food. Yeah. When, you know, you're stressed out and you want something sweet with all your hormones and everything. It is just significantly difficult to do, but it is possible. And when you build the habit, it becomes easier every day. So that's exactly what it's called. Consistency. Yeah. Exactly.
I just equate it all to just muscle building. Whenever you're building muscles, it's the same process. Mm-hmm. It's like losing fat, gaining muscles. It's all about just dedication. You have to hit it when it's raining. You have to hit it when it's cold. You have to go out and do it when you don't want to, when the mood isn't fun, when it doesn't strike your fancy. You still gotta be there.
That's what I'm saying. So you gotta eat on plan, even when someone brings food to your house, even when you go out to a restaurant, even when there's a family or work event, a birthday party. You've just gotta do it. So.
Well, see, with you though, it's different because you intermittent fast.
Yeah.
So when you ever have a bad day or go a little bit over the edge on the day, you just say,
"Stop eating.
I'm gonna not eat tomorrow."
Yeah, that's also true. It also is it's significantly more difficult for a person like me who just loves the taste of food in my mouth if I have to do it every day, because it's a constant struggle to not overeat, you know? Yes. So I know that is so interesting. Rashana says Miami Heat all day, every day. I don't know anything about them.
That's my
good evening, Esmon. I'm glad that you're here. So
good evening.
Yeah, Constance said yes. So easy to gain, 4 times harder to lose. Yeah, I mean that's just really what it is. So
especially the older you get,
Jay
the harder it becomes.
My boss bought us to the Bahamas for New Year's, and I thought one off day wouldn't matter, but it did. Yeah, I mean it all matters. That's the thing. Like it all matters, but there is still a way to make it sustainable and to find success. And there's still ways to just love food and go absolutely nuts. But you have to limit it to significantly fewer times than you think you should. Like, it's not fair. Like, we should be able to do a cheat day every week. Like, every single week, but we can't. You know, like
who's we?
People that want to,
okay.
people that love the taste of delicious food in their mouths.
Makes sense.
Should be able to, but the way our bodies are set up, we just can't. So it's like you have to resign those awesome cheats to like once a quarter.
That makes sense.
But you can still have them. That's still better than never. And that's what I want people to understand is that you don't ever have to say never on keto. So I'll never be able to have fruit again. I'll never be able to have cake again. I'll never be. That's not the case. You know, you can have whatever you want if you space it out and resign it to its proper and plan properly. Yes.
You are so right.
Leah says, I keep saying to myself, you have to have regret more than you have to you have to hate regret more than you hate consistency. Exactly. Like, that's what we talked about a few weeks ago. Like, it's going to be difficult. You're going to experience pain, but are you going to experience the pain of discipline, like of just doing what you're supposed to do every day? Or are you going to experience the pain of regret, of wishing that you started and stayed on plan? Like you're gonna feel some hurt, you know? And that's just what accomplishment is. Like you gotta go through some things, you know? And it's like, would you rather do that because you're actually dedicating and reaching your goals? Or would you rather do that because you're so down on yourself because you stopped?
It's such the other side of that spectrum.
Yeah. Esmond says those keto snacks do me in. Yes, I will admit. Now I've kind of slid backwards on my keto snack situation. I used to have them every week, but I'm really gonna try to like switch them to every other week because by that I mean Sunday. I used to have them every single Sunday. And now I'm just gonna be like, maybe I'll do it every other Sunday because I don't need to eat all them snacks like that. Every Sunday does not need to be a yellow Sunday. Shelly's going to sleep. Night, Whack fam. See you in the morning. Bye.
Good night, Shelly.
Hi, Quinessa. I've never said that name before. Good evening.
That's a wonderful name.
Yes, absolutely.
Quinessa,
yes,
rolls
exactly.
Off the tongue.
So that is just that's the biggest takeaway that keto has given me is that you can never go back. Like there is no end. And I was talking about that specifically with Joyce today because Joyce was giving herself a challenge. Joyce is mostly carnivore, but she's wanted to start to incorporate things into her diet, maybe such as marinara sauce, maybe a few vegetables here and there just to switch it up, you know? But she was like, nope, I'm going to wait until after Keto Pa-LOU-za to do that. I'm going to be straight carnivore up until then, you know? But every day, like Joyce is like bummed by the type of food she has to eat. Like, oh, this again, this again, you know? And I'm just like, Joyce, like it's noble that you want to like challenge yourself to, you know, before Keto Pa-LOU-za, but what is that resolving if, you know, what is that solving if you're just super bummed up until then? And when you are bummed and or dissatisfied with what you're eating, that's when you go off plan. That's when you're like, I don't want to eat this stuff anymore. I want to go off plan and I want to just eat whatever I want to eat, you know? Whereas if you would integrate those healthier variety options into your diet sooner, that would maybe stop you from veering off course, you know? So, and that's what I told her. Like, I have these arbitrary weight goals of like, oh, I want to weigh the 160s by this. I want to be 150 by New Year's. Like, what does it matter if I weigh in the 150s by New Year? Like, if on December 31st, I am, a success, but on January 1st, I'm a failure. Like, because what's going to happen the next day? Like, when I step on the scale and I'm on the 150s, I just got to keep doing the same thing to stay in the 150s.
That's true.
There's nothing is over. Like nothing is ever done.
Yeah.
So it's like, if you are, and so that being with keto, you don't ever have to be like, oh, I stopped keto, I fell off keto. You can take month-long veers away. Granted, it's dangerous and you probably gain a lot of weight. You know, that's what happens. We gain a lot of weight. But that doesn't mean that keto's not right back here for you to go to. So
that's a wonderful message.
So that's what I'm saying. So that when people say, you know, I fell off keto, it was too restrictive, I was too hungry, things like that. I was just like, I could definitely see where that's the case if you have the traditional diet mindset where you honestly think you're supposed to be deprived. You know, I'm supposed to like feel restricted on a diet. That's what lets me know that I'm doing something, you know?
Sweet.
That's not the case. Like the purpose of a diet is to truly love what you're eating every day, but knowing that it's healthful and it's helping you achieve your goals.
Exactly. Because it's up here that matters as well.
It is up
Let's
here.
not forget about that one.
And it's your belly parts too.
Well,
that's
also
what matters
true,
as well.
But this is pretty strong.
Esmond says doing keto is like being in a committed relationship. You have to find ways to fall in love with it. Exactly. Like you have to find ways to appreciate it and not think about all the things that you no longer get to have. You got to think about the things that now are open up your world. And I'm not even talking about just food, but I'm talking about like health and, you know, weight loss and an awesome community of people, you know, and things like that. It's just, you have to think, if you go into life thinking about what you'll have to give up, you're always going to feel, it's not going to be sustainable. Like I'm grateful to keto. Like I appreciate keto for teaching me how to eat food and how to live life every day.
So your possibilities.
Because before keto, I did not know how to eat food and live life every day.
What?
I walked around in this constant state of, I'm going to restrict, I'm going to go on a diet, And then as soon as it was over, God, that was horrible. Now I can eat what I really want. And then 3 months later, I can't believe I gained all the weight back. This is horrible. Why am I so weak? I'm going to restrict. You know, like it's just this whole thing over and over and over again. So keto taught me that like, oh wow, you're allowed to just like, you know, just go for long periods of time. Sometimes you go off, sometimes you go on, but like it's just how you eat. Mom says, Autumn, do you have a Whack Wednesday evening live favorite? I gladly accept. Single and ready to mingle. Well, Mom, I am going to make you the live favorite simply because you said single and ready to mingle. You're absolutely ridiculous, but unless somebody else says something worth it, but you can hold on to it for now, okay? That's all I'm going to say. Leah said, I like variety, so I have to find the fun in cooking keto. I don't know what I do I'd be like, what do I feel like having? And then how can you make it keto? Okay, I like it.
You nailed it. You nailed it.
Yeah, see, I don't necessarily do that. I like start with a lot more scaled down. Like I don't just think, what do I feel like having? Like that's danger. That's a danger zone to me. Like it's just too many choices. I'm like, I like ground beef. Let's go there, you know, and then maybe do stuff around that. But I can't. The world is not my oyster because when it comes to food, because it causes me anxiety.
Meal prep? Or are we talking cooking every day?
Exactly, probably cooking every day.
Because if we're talking, you meal prep, and that takes a lot of the guesswork out.
Holly says all the single ladies can be the live favorites. That is a great idea. Mother, you now have to share it with all the single ladies, okay?
Beyonce?
Well, Beyonce's not a single lady. I was going to say, put that ring emoji in the comments if you're a single lady, okay?
The song creator.
Yeah, I'll give the Dream credit because he wrote the song. So
the singer of the song.
That's all I'm saying. Gail says, Richard, can you see the comments without your glasses or are you wearing contacts? Contacts.
Yes, wearing contacts.
Yes.
I can see, well, she has a dual screen thing going.
I do have a dual screen thing going.
Honestly, I'm not paying attention to them because they go away on the screen as soon as they come up.
Yeah, so I'm reading the context. Yeah, I'm reading the comments from back there. But thank LASIK, I can see it back there because normally I would not be able to see it.
I do know 100% that Rashana is hating tonight. Other than that, we're good.
That is so funny. Let me see. So, let's talk about. I knew somebody's going to bring it up. I exercised today. You guys, after my meeting with Joyce, I was just like, I gotta find something to do. I'm gonna move if it's the last thing I do. You right, all the single ladies with these rings. You right. Okay, I'm still here for it. But like I worked my way up to a 30-minute Shabam dance video. Like I definitely did medium intensity. I was very proud of myself for not doing super low.
Medium?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly. So I was really proud of myself for not doing super low intensity. And I actually did put some effort into it, but there were some times when they were like, jump. And I was like, nope, I'm just gonna step. But I'm here though. I'm here, you know. That's what matters. So yes. So I did end up exercising today, and that was great.
Yay.
I worked with my brother today. I distributed all the checks to everybody in my company from the house. I saw my sister. I saw my sister and brother today.
Yeah, you did.
I did.
Wow.
Get out of
The
town.
entire
It's a sprat family reunion
pretty
over
awesome.
here. So yes.
That was nice.
Cece says, "Hey family, what are we talking? We're talking us almost leaving because it's time to go. We're gonna watch Hannah. We are gonna watch one episode. It's actually pretty good. I mean, I would say that it was a good television show.
Well, especially compared to the movie.
We watched Project Power. That was decent enough.
Yeah.
I said I gave it a
Right.
B-. It just plain wasn't bad. And most movies that I watch, I honestly just think are bad. So at least it wasn't that, is all I'm saying.
Yes.
So,
I'll give it
Dr.
that.
Wise said, "Awesome, Autumn, putting in that work." I know, right? Don't give me the muscles. I don't know if I deserve the muscles. I'm probably gonna lift weights tomorrow.
Oh my gosh.
But at least I did some cardio today.
Yeah, you did.
So I fasted today. Tomorrow and Friday are
Ooh.
eating days, and I'm so excited about that.
Solid.
Rashana said, "I thought Project Power was all right." Yeah, that's how I'm all right. It was all right, you
I put
know.
it in the same category as the Will Smith movie. What was
Yeah.
it? The Bright or something, the Netflix one.
No, we didn't watch. I didn't watch
You didn't
Bright.
watch that
No,
one?
I didn't watch
It's
Bright.
about the same.
Yeah, I put it in
Yeah.
the same category as the Will Smith movie Gemini Man. I thought that
I
was
didn't watch
all
that
right.
one.
I thought that was all right.
We both watched
I
the
watched
other
it on the
movie.
plane back from France.
Yes.
I remember that because somebody, my hairdresser, when she was doing my hair, she's like, "Did you see Daredevil?" I was like, "I watched that on a plane somewhere."
Look at you, braggadocious.
I know,
It's
on
like,
the
you mean when I
plane
was
back
in
from
Europe?
Paris.
Oui.
Fancy.
Me.
Okay, guys, we're gonna get off here. A couple of things that I just want to remind you of. Number one, Keto Pa-LOU-za is 30 days away. If you don't have your ticket, get your ticket so I know that you're coming. Come on now, don't wait till the last minute. Number two, you're right. Number two, I am super committed to focusing on my Patreon offerings, and your feedback about what you would be looking forward to see in Patreon would be really, really important to me. So please either check the link in the description of this video, or I'm going to make a Facebook or a YouTube community post about it right after this as well. Or if you're with us on Facebook, I'm going to be posting it on Facebook as well. It's less than 5 minutes, ask like 6 questions, but basically it comes down to like, what would you think cool Patreon offers would be? And like, then that's what I'm going to do.
And you're very
you know?
knowledgeable too.
So,
a little factoid.
Oh, thank
box
you.
Of information.
A factoid box of information. You're
All
right.
above.
I'll take it. Exactly. Everyone have a great night. We'll be talking to you tomorrow morning at 9:30 a.m. Eastern over on Watch On.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.